welcome back, everyone. I am your host for this run, Zoe Vermillion. Hey, Jack, what are you going to be doing? What are you doing here?
Well, this is SpongeBob's Truth or Square. So this is a 3D platformer game, and it's a really fun heckin' little run. So, I'm Jaxler. I was just on for the Chibi Robo run, and then I'm also joined on the mic with Jaxler1.
Yo, what's up?
All right, so this specifically is the any % no LSG category. So I've actually run this game at this event a couple of times in the past. I want to say in like 2018. I did one solo any % run, and then I did an any % race with Tedious a long time ago, in which we sung probably one of the most catastrophic duets in all of human history. But what makes this category different from if you see me run this at Power Up with before is we'll explain exactly what the terminology means once we get into the run at a certain point. A good way to think about it is it's an all levels category. With some restrictions. So time will start when I press A here, so I'm ready to go on time. We'll count from 3 and start when I say go. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck, Jax.
Thanks, homie. All right, so this game was made in 2009 by Heavy Iron Studios. If you've heard of Battle for Bikini Bottom or the SpongeBob movie game, this was actually made by the same people, but this was created in a totally new engine. So none of like the speed tech from previous games applies. This is its own thing. And on top of that, it also features glorious loading screen trivia. So if you want to play in chat, feel free. So right at the start here, there's going to be a wave of 5 robots here. What I'm looking for is these robots to line up so I can hit them in sequences of doubles. Where's the guy on the left?
I think he's in the back.
Yeah. Top shelf's right there, so that's good. So when the level is loading, the robots have the chance to wander around a little bit randomly. A lot of the time with good proper positioning, you can actually manipulate where the robots walk to line them up for doubles. What you're trying to do is hit them all with like the same swing so that you don't have to attack as much. So that's kind of the methodology right there. Now these guys are a bit easier to control. I'm going to walk to a spot right about here, and these two guys right here should be a quick and easy double. But the guys in the back pocket over there can wander around a little bit before I can... Oh, wow, that's terrible luck.
That's kind of far out.
Marathon luck, it happens.
Yeah. Also, what you'll notice is that like the spatula hitbox is so huge, so you can be like right to the left of a robot and still hit him.
Yeah. All right, so here's like the first sort of like skip of the run. This is Tiki Jump. All right, we hit it. Nice. That is the ultimate noob killer strat for the speed game. We'll mention this a lot throughout the run, but this is one of the games I recommend to people if they like want to start speedrunning but aren't sure what they want to pick up, because I'm going to be showing off a lot of the harder and cooler strats in the run, but this game came out on Wii and Xbox 360, so it's really easy to get your hands on a copy. And if you just want to learn any %, that run is like going to be like a 45 to 50 minute run your first try. And you want to keep grinding, it'll go all the way down to like 30, 35 minutes or so. It's a really accessible run, but we'll talk a bit more about why when it makes a little bit more sense. But coming up here is like the first really sort of big sequence break of the level, which is the barrel jumps. So I'm going to let Jack take over here.
Yeah, so there's like these huge like obstacle courses that we gotta do in order to like advance to the next part of the level. But throughout like this like little area, there's these barrels, and if we push them to like the far corner of this wood platform, we can get enough height to just jump straight to that platform, and that saves about like 40 seconds around there.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah, and then we can do a second barrel jump by like getting the buff power up, which increases like SpongeBob's attack power. And then if we push the barrel over to the corner, like right over there in between like the purple and like gray rocks, we can like get enough height in order to like jump up to the platform. With this, it has to be straight up. Ooh.
I have to get another barrel.
Yeah, like
That's super unlucky.
If it's horizontal, then there's like not enough height for you to actually make it up. So this is like a really like this one's a lot more tight than Barrel 1.
I'm playing it like super bit of a weenie too. There we go.
Yeah, you like want to try and like push it against the wall so that you can like get it at a diagonal angle to get up. But that's still like way faster than doing the casual method where you
Yeah. So what I'm doing right here is normally on this slide when you're on Jellyfish Jelly you can't jump, so I use the railing to skip the sort of wind around of the track. Now this ending ambush here has a lot going on under the hood that's kind of hard to explain, but essentially what I'm trying to do here is eliminate the 3 blue robots when I see them and use the greens as kind of filler. For like any odd ones out in cycles and stuff. The game will always sort of prioritize spawning in 3 blue robots and then spawn in green hammer robots as a supplement. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping track of my kill count here. So, alright, that's fine. I was a little bit slow in movement. If you're really fast, you can hit that all in one cycle of the power-up, so that was still really good though. Maybe losing a fair bit of time to Barrel 2 being a jerk, but I mean, it's marathon, it happens.
Yeah, it's still looking like a sub 5 Jellyfish, which is very solid for a marathon.
Yeah. This is a really reset heavy level for top level play.
Same goes for the next one.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, so we should also mention that we're playing specifically on the 360 version of the game. People run this game on both Wii and 360. However, it saves several minutes in loading times over the course of the run to play on 360. There's some other kind of differences, like different frame rates, and some clips work differently depending on the console you're playing. But for the most part, if you want to like grind to the top level, you either need to play on 360 or be Dave McLean.
Because Dave is like the best Wii runner that we've ever seen. Like he's the only person to get a sub 30 on Wii. But yeah. So we were just talking about how like clips work differently, and we're gonna see the first one used in the run, which is Kelp out of bounds. So like right at the start, we see like those hammer enemies from the last fight, and if we get them like to a certain point in between us and the wall,
that shouldn't have worked.
Dang, let's go. Yeah, you can like get pushed through the wall, and now we can access the out of bounds area. And by like walking around, like to the other side of the level, we can access a later point in Kelp and do a death warp back into the level. That was really good. That's like that's like the slightly slower version of it. Like
there we go.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
These batteries are on the fritz. I'm making it work.
Yeah.
It was weird because they were working for my Wii remote, but would not respond to my 360 controller. I think I might have to get a new one, but we're gonna make it work. So I slam right there. That hits a invisible checkpoint trigger and gets me back in bounds.
I didn't think that was gonna work. I thought that was too far to the left. But,
really?
Yeah, no. I always go to like the right side of that like blue rock. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, go for it.
We'll get more into like what no level skip glitch means like in practice, but like we'll just wait until like.
Right. Hold on a second. I'm actually gonna try to swap out batteries here.
Okay.
These are gonna disconnect a lot. Let's see if these batteries will work for me.
All right. Well, in the meantime, I can like explain what spin boosting is.
Yeah, go for it.
Basically, like all these spinny enemies, if we like use our spin attack into their hitbox, we get like knocked back off of it. But if we do a jump and then immediately spin into the enemy, then we get like a huge vertical momentum boost, and that allows us to get all the way up to like really high platforms. That's just unfortunate with 360 controller.
Yeah, it's really hard to get wired controllers, and on top of that, they don't last long.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, these batteries will work.
All right, sounds good.
So I got the spin boost, but my controller disconnected as soon as I hit it, so I have to do this again. So this probably can't world record, but not my fault. I'm gonna play out the run, and we're gonna have a good time because this is such a cool run.
Yeah, and then like right here, like with the buff power up, if you do a jump and then immediately spin, you can like get a bit of a speed boost for like your grounded speed, and so like we call this like spin hopping. Basically, it just like allows us to get through the level a little bit quicker. And are you going to the Archangel? I'm guessing.
No, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go for it. Yeah. Oh, I should mention this. So we actually have a donation incentive for costume. We're gonna be equipping a costume after this level, and we'll be closing that incentive at the conclusion of the first boss fight. So if you want to have a say in which costume I pick out for the rest of the run, then make sure you donate.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Okay, we're just gonna have to deal. I'm gonna have to be gentle with my controller. Treat it like my firstborn son.
I mean, it's at least not as bad as the one I was using at GDQ for our race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like right here, there's another spin boost onto this like platform where the paddle wheel is. So like right there, go up there, and then like you can get like a little bit of a momentum boost off the paddle wheel by spinning on the side that like goes counterclockwise or goes clockwise, and you can like just get over to there a lot quicker. And then some more spin hops. You can go for an animation cancel on the gate. That saves like half a second, and then Jaxler's going to be going for a skip that allows you to jump over this gate right here. This saves about like a second, I believe.
Nice. Okay.
There we go.
That's getting me trouble in practice.
Yeah, that
was a little sus.
Yeah, those flowers, if you like fall into their hitbox, then they just like eat you and like you lose buff, which is really detrimental for this last fight of the level. As like it basically adds another cycle to the Yellow Submarine's boss fight.
Yeah. So because we managed to bring buff all the way over here, we can actually deal double damage with our attacks, and that will allow us a 2-cycle instead of the intended 3-cycle. I want to say like that particular thing saves like 40 seconds, maybe more, honestly. And no one ever really timed it because Cole kind of always just did it.
Wait, like skipping the cycle for the second one?
No, he's skipping the third phase.
I feel like it probably only saves like 20 seconds, but like just the fact that like you have less movement or like less speed from not having buff, like it's just fast anyway.
Ooh, let's go. Okay, so I got a very precise positioning thing right there where if you are in the right spot when the treasure chest for the happiness object lands on top of you, it will actually pop you right into it when you don't have control over SpongeBob, and that saves like 4 seconds or so. This run can still technically PB if I play perfect in my sum of bets.
Yeah, so, you know, it could happen.
Yeah, we're gonna go for golds though, because never give up, never surrender.
Yeah, although there are some very difficult segments in the run. I'm guessing you have a gold with the new Mermlayer strat, right?
Yeah, but I should be able to improve it if I like play out of my mind.
Yeah, I found a 10-second time save like a couple days ago that we just like never found.
Yeah.
You'll see it in
It's
Mermlayer.
cool because it makes the really cool strat we do in Mermlayer that kind of not really got obsoleted, but got sort of replaced for beginners by a way easier strat that Dave found. But now it's actually worth going for the really flashy strat, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, and then this is like the first like major boss fight in the game. The whole game's set up in like 3 acts. Like, you know, this one's Act 1, Act 2 ends with Robo Squid, and then the last one ends with the final like Roboplankton fight. So this one is like a pretty like, you know, just chill boss fight. Basically,
Yeah.
just, like all the robots spawn in the same spots, so just like getting them as quick as possible.
Yeah. So there's not too much going on here right now, other than hopefully I won't have to go out of my way to grab extra happiness nuggets for the incentive, but we should be in the clear. Yeah, this boss is really weird. Sometimes you can get like phantom hits on him too, but yeah, normally you only need like the costumes for the max % category, which is like 5.5 like hours or well the current war record at least. That's because only Smiley Shirt has ever done a run of it. I also just saw in the corner of my right eye, thank you Anonymous for the 20 tier 1s. That is super generous. Thank you for that. I was gonna throw it over to donations, but I kind of stole it from Zoe here. My bad.
Oh, not a problem.
Oh, we're gonna be
Thank you so
short.
much for those gift subs.
I have to like wander around SpongeBob's house too. Grab happiness nuggets. You know what? We'll do it. We'll cut off the incentive after fry cook. Is that fine for y'all, or should we cut it off now?
As long as we got enough time.
Yeah, we should. It wouldn't matter more if it were any percent, but there's a lot more of run to show. So.
Yeah, like we can wait till after fry cook.
All right, cool.
Like this is basically still the any percent route, which we'll explain why there's a split once we get to like Santa, because then we can start talking about like level skip glitch.
Yeah, and why this category exists.
Yeah.
Not that any percent isn't a cool run in its own right. It's just this category opens up so many cool possibilities in routing and strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, but like now, like after RoboPad, we go into fry cooking, which is a very similar level to like kelp and jellyfish, and that it's like very like platform based. Basically, this is where we get the cannon power up. So there's just gonna be a lot of like platforms we gotta stand on to activate cannon targets, and yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a bit of time to chill here. There is a chance that coming up here, we're basically hitting more targets, and there's a chance that a giant spinner enemy can actually block your shot, and that can cause some issues. Oh my gosh, he's in the way.
Oh wait.
Oh, he got out of the way. Let's go.
What?
That doesn't lose any time.
That's insane.
That's so lucky. That's so unlucky, but also lucky.
And yeah, that probably only lost like a second to the cycle. That was still really good. That is cool. Yeah, that spinning enemy has like lost us many any percent attempts.
Yeah, sometimes depending if it gets close enough to the platform, you have to kill it, and it loses like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
So after this sort of last bus right here is kind of the gauntlet of this level. There's going to be 3 really precise tricks back to back in this level. I'm gonna let Jack take over here.
Yeah, so like after this bus section, we go straight into propeller skip, but before that, we're gonna do a slight like animation skip. So by jumping around this bridge right here, we skip like a 5-second animation to explain like one of the moves or like explain what's going on in the area, and then by going on that. Oh
my gosh, the same! I tried to go for spinless, and that's I almost a heart attack.
So that's propeller skip. So by standing on that coral, you can like jump onto those propellers, and by jumping like right in the middle of the pinwheel, you can like jump to the second one and then go over that invisible wall. That was insane. And then right after that, we go into tub skip. So basically, by jumping into this rock behind the cutscene trigger, we can access this little area, and then like jump straight over to that rock back in bounds. That stays about 3 seconds.
No, I think it's like 7 actually.
Oh, then what's it?
Yeah, it's 3 in hundo.
Oh, okay, that's what.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like correct you.
It's all good. Yeah, and then right after that, another propeller skip, jumping onto the lamppost, and then right over the invisible wall. That one's really tight.
That was really good, except for like the almost choke.
Yeah. And my lackluster commentary, but it's all good.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I just know. The only reason I know is because I spent like 2 hours timing it. So.
Yeah.
All right. So we have used Squidward there. He's really, really good at dispatching robots. So jump over here. I thought I was too. The camera takes a while to pan over to you here, so you have to take some leaps of faith. But a lot of us pansy out a bit.
Actually, I have a cue that you can use. I probably should have mentioned this a while ago.
Yeah, you should.
I mentioned it to Sam off the cuff, but like,
yeah, you'll let me know. Give me the deets.
Basically, like you gain access to SpongeBob like right as the HUD comes back in. So if you like hold upright and jump when the HUD appears, you can actually just like jump during the cutscene. That was insane. That cannon shot is really difficult to. Oh, I think it's because you went like right at the end of the cycle, but like 2 cannon shots, it's so good.
That's still really, really fast. So if I didn't like flub super hard, that would have been insane. But we're chilling.
Now I just feel bad about not mentioning the HUD jump, because that helps out a ton with that fry cooking section.
Yeah, that's all good. It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, so basically everything that you've seen up till now is basically the any percent route, but it like diverges right here in the Santa level, and we'll explain why. So basically, like all these like level-ending happiness objects that we've been getting after each of the boss fights, um, they all have the property of like ending the level once collected. All of them spawn below the level, right, like below where SpongeBob first spawns in. So if you can access the out of bounds area, you can jump under the level, grab the happiness object, and end the level right there, and still advance the story progress without like having to do like anything. So that's why like in this category we basically consider all levels, because without having to do any level skip glitches, we can't abuse the game's like story progress to get right to the end. But like we're still going to go out of bounds right here and like do this crazy maneuvering up until these boxes, and by jumping over to this platform out of like behind where we spawn in, we can jump onto this, not really sure what this thing is, but it like you have to blow it up with like a TNT robot, and by jumping like out of bounds, unloading the level to get through that wall, going on the tunnel out of bounds.
I'm going for the scary strat.
This one's really tight.
Got it. Okay.
Oh my god, the jump is so tight.
It saved a couple of seconds over going top route, but it's cool.
Yeah, and then we just do like a death warp to trick the game into thinking we were in the boiler room. And yeah, so that's the first area of Santa, and then we'll get to do we'll actually get to do pretty cool like boss skip for the tenderizer boss fight. Oh, that was really far.
Yeah, my angle is really off. My 4402, back when that was record, actually died there. We both died there in that race.
Yeah.
Yeah, here comes Tendy skip. You want me to explain it, or you got it, Jack?
I can do it. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
so very similar to like Battle for Bikini Bottom. There's a like trigger above the tenderizer boss fight that will just end the level once entering it. So if you get one hit on the tendy, jump up and get like launched into the ceiling in a certain way, you can just end the boss fight right there. And
Yeah. Shoutouts to Cube King. He found that on complete accident while learning the no LSG category, and it took us an entire S-Rock meeting and a half to replicate it and figure out how he did it.
Yeah.
That seems like 40. No, more than 40. It's pretty big.
Yeah, I think it's around a minute or so, because like those like phases do take a while. Oh, Speedruns Rochester. That's what SR ROC means.
Yeah, SR Rock. No, that's Swiss. Swiss is from SR Rock as well. Swiss's staff. Shout out to Speedruns Rochester, by the way. I'll shout y'all out again at the end of this. But now this is actually really cool. This is a new strat that Jack here actually found early this week. So Jack, I'll let you see. You found it. You can explain it.
Yeah, so basically, normally what we'd have to do before this was found was we'd have to like jump to the way back of the start of the level and like jump out of bounds like over the door. But by going on those two rocks, you can actually like jump behind the behind the invisible wall right here. And by doing like a really precise double jump spin, you can get onto that rock, unload the level, go onto that rock, and then jump onto the roof of the final level of Murmulair, and then just like walk over like to the ending of the level. So like right here, Jaxler's gonna like jump out, unload the level, and then load it back in, and just like readjust the camera because it's really tight. Or it's like really finicky here. Oh. What?
I'm alive. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I saved that.
Oh,
if you unload that improperly, you can actually clip through the thing and fall to your death. Holy cow, that was really scary.
That was crazy. Yeah, and then this boss fight at the end is like pretty much like the same every time. Like they all come in on the same cycle, so it's just like a matter of like memorizing where they all are. Big spinny enemy coming in on the right. You can use the cannons to like speed up the fight a bit. Although there is like a little bit of adversity with the hammer bots because they can actually clip you through the ground. Like Jaxler and I both ended up having that happen to us by accident. I still just can't believe you got that like Mermalair camera. Like that was
was
like
so scary. Oh, there we go. Okay.
nice.
Pretty bad
That's
fight, but
still,
we'll take it.
I
It
think
could have been worse.
yeah. Yeah, like normally in any percent for Mermalair, you literally like jump above the door, like at the start of the level, and then enter a trigger that ends the level right there, and so it makes it like a 7-second IL. And you would do that
Yeah.
4 more times to advance the story progress by 5, which gets you right to the final boss without having to do the Robo Squid boss fight, Rock Bottom, or Karate Island, which you'll get to see right here. So
Yeah, and on top of that, doing that trick 6 levels is still faster than being Mermalair casually with loading screens included.
yeah.
By like it, not even a small margin. It's by like a minute.
Yeah, Mermalair and like any percent is kind of nerve wracking because you have to get all 5 of those. Like, especially like going for like a 27 2x, you got to do spinless for like all of them.
Yeah, it's so, like any percent is becoming such an optimized category that no one wants to run it anymore.
Yeah.
Sam's been really the only one who's been grinding it, and recently became one of the very few illustrious members of the Sub 29 club.
Yeah. Shout out to Sam, great runner.
Yeah. Big homie.
Yeah. Yeah, just getting rid of the enemies. Yeah, because they can like kind of mess you up in the gumball.
Yeah, if they hit you while you're in the gumball, the hit doesn't register. Now, why that's a mechanic, I will never know to this day. But we're essentially going to repeat that a couple of times here. Something that's kind of funny though is you can actually just spin to avoid having to deal with his attack here. So it's a lot easier than it's in like a casual setting. Oh, I got the animation skill. Sometimes he'll like laugh there for a bit of time and like taunt you, I guess. Cool. And then on this last phase, I'm gonna mash B in order to spin by these hammer bots and then ride the gumball platform all the way to the end and not even have to worry. So yeah, this last phase doesn't have much of anything really going on. So Zoe, if you've got any plugs you'd like to make, that would be a really good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get those tabs pulled back up here. My apologies. My computer is not doing it. Yeah, so we are raising money for the Trevor Project. And if you don't know what the Trevor Project is or who they are, the Trevor Project is the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning people. The organization works to save young lives by providing support through free and confidential suicide prevention and crisis intervention programs on platforms where young people spend their time. Their 24/7 phone line, chat, text, and soon-to-come integrations with social media platforms. They also run Trevor Space, the world's largest safe space social networking site for LGBTQ youth, and operate innovative education, research, and advocacy programs. And going off script, it's a very near and dear charity to my heart, so I think it's a great cause.
I agree.
Yeah.
And thank you all already for having donated so much to the cause. It means a lot to our community, so thank you. All right, so here comes Rock Bottom. This is by far the hardest level in the whole run. There's not like any, well, in this category, there's like no major game-breaking skip. It's just brutal movement. And oh my gosh, I completely forgot about the costume incentive this whole run.
We'll get
you know
it
what?
for Island. Oh no.
No, we're not gonna do it like that. No. All right, you know what? All right, Zoe, can you check the incentive? I'm so sorry I forgot. This happened last time we ran this incentive.
Yeah, not a problem. As of right this moment, it looks like Mermaid Man's outfit has won with
Let's
$31,
go.
just barely edging out the Krusty Krab uniform, which was $1 less.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that on.
Shout out to my boy Black Magic Bennett, who'd always put on the Mermaid Man costume in his movie attempts.
Yeah, I know it's going out of our way at this point, but I would feel super bad if I didn't maximize the amount of time that we're seeing this. So I'm so sorry about that, but
Yeah, this can definitely still go underestimate. So
Oh no, we're plenty fine on pace for that.
yeah,
That'll lose me like a minute maybe. And looking at my best possible time, like it's a 44 mid right now on best possible time. Of course, we're gonna be losing a boatload here, but anywho, I'm gonna kind of shut up for a good portion of this level here because, and we kind of didn't really touch on this all that much, but this game doesn't have any kind of input leniency with jumps and like a coyote frame system, so a lot of the strats you're gonna see me do here are really, really hard.
yeah. Like that's like a big difference between this and like Battle for Bikini Bottom and SpongeBob Movie. Like in those games, you can walk off ledges and still get a double jump, but yeah, as Jaxler just said, you can't do it here. And like right here, like this railing is on like this ship that's based on a cycle and like of it going up and down, so it's really hard to get that jump if it's like all the way down. But that was a really solid jump.
Yeah, if you get there too slow, you have to wait for the tide to rise back up, or else you won't get enough height.
Yeah, and then right here, just like Jaxler's just gonna hit the button just to lower the level of acid, and then step off.
We unfortunately, like, we have a way to get up to those teeth right away, but we haven't found a way to get past them yet without hitting this button. It wouldn't even lose, like, it doesn't even lose that much time to come open this, but we still haven't found anything yet.
Yeah. And then this is one of only 2 buff power-ups that we're gonna, like, have in the level. Like, there's really, like, so little leniency for, like, losing buff in this level, because it's just, like, a ton of enemies that are gonna be messing up the route. Like these cannon enemies are gonna try and like, yeah, there we go, that was good. Oh, I thought you got that.
I almost had the cycle. Yeah, so there will be a point of no return where I can't get a backup power up, and there's a really long combat fight towards the end here. I'm probably gonna lose my buff somehow. Oh, nope, I got it.
Oh my god. I was like, yeah, that guy spawning in like really soon. Yeah, you can skip a cycle right here.
It's so
but yeah, it's bad.
This level is the bane of everyone's existence. Luckily, you can do like a really kind of crazy strat here in some of like the completionist categories, like 100%, to skip a really good chunk of this level. But we've got a bit of a combat sequence here. Again, like a lot of the others, they always spawn in a set pattern, so I know where to go. And I'm abusing the charged spin attack to kind of just destroy these fools.
That guy, and then the one back. Oh, ending on a big shiny enemy.
Yeah, he spawned in late.
I have not seen that cycle before.
Yeah, that's because I beefed it. Alright, welcome to the Boneyard. This is the 2, 3. This is one of the hardest bits of platforming in the whole game right here. This is so insane. Mid cycle. I'm just gonna kind of shut up here and let you watch the spin hopping.
Oh, that fist was coming down.
Yeah, that was super. No.
Oh.
I'm gonna make it.
And it's good. Let's go.
Alright, we got through the Boneyard. So now this is the last bit where we're really at risk of losing buff power. This is the Hallway of Hell. It's just one sniper enemy. But oh my gosh, he almost got me.
Oh my god, that was way too close.
Well, hey, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because people would have gotten to see the costume more, so.
That's true.
You'll see it a lot during the final boss at the very least. Oh, is that true? Yeah, no, that's true to a degree.
Yeah, one more spin.
Oh, you'll see it a lot during Karate Island.
Yeah. Yeah, right here is a really deceptively difficult jump on this railing. It's like a very small platform that we can actually go on in order to get up to the eel. So like we usually just like kind of take our time getting on
That
it.
was really good.
Dang. Okay, that was really risky.
That was for the people. So in addition to making like the combat fights faster at the end of this level, having the buff is also going to make easier a really slick strat. This is kind of a puzzle part of the level where you're supposed to move these bomb bots to different sections so that you can do these cannon shots. I'm going to skip one of them right here by doing that.
Let's go.
That is like, it's possible to do that without the extended distance you get from a buffed spin, but it is extremely dangerous. I probably still would have gone for it if I had lost buff, but no. Let's go
honestly,
fast.
This rock bottom's going really solid.
Yeah, except for forgetting the costume.
Yeah, well, yeah. I would not count that as part of the rock bottom. I count that as like the hub world split.
Yeah. True. All right, I'm gonna go for one of the riskiest jumps in the whole run. All right. Got it. Let's go.
There we go. There's no ledge grabbing in this game. It's just sadness.
Yeah, exactly.
That would actually, like, ledge grabbing would be, like, really helpful, but honestly, I think it makes the platforming a lot more interesting because you don't have that leniency. So, like, honestly, good on Heavy Iron. Yeah, so just doing, like, some spins to, like, you know, stun the spinny enemies. I feel bad that I'm being like redundant by saying spin for SpongeBob's ability and the enemies, but
Yeah. I would blame the game. That was such a good rock bottom, actually. That's really sick.
Yeah, making it look easy out here. Yeah, so then we have like the last platforming level after this one, which we're gonna skip basically all of it up until the final boss fight using another hammer clip, which is Karate Island clip.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it was Dave McLean who found. We used to have a way to do this out of bounds, but it required going way deeper into the level to accomplish it. But Dave, like a month ago or so, found a way to clip right to the spot where we do a bunch of platforming to skip right to the end of the level. A lot of this game's levels wrap around on themselves, so that's how we've been able to do a lot of this out of bounds stuff. But I'm gonna let Jack explain the setup here.
Yeah, so basically, like, there's two like big spinny enemies and hammer bots that we have to like get rid of right at the start, and we're gonna try and like manipulate this like one of the hammer bots to get to us at a certain angle. So Jaxler's just gonna like walk over here to where this like fence is, get rid of the spinny enemies so that like the hammer bots are in front. And then by walking up to this flower right here, you can clip right through the rock.
Okay.
There we go, second try.
Not bad.
Yeah, and like you can see the dojo in the background. That's where the final boss is. So by like running on like the tunnel, we can just like jump like around the out of bounds area, like go up there, bada bing, and then
we're in. All right.
That was really clean.
Whew.
Yeah, and fun fact about this level, even if we have buff right in here, there's a trigger that just like gets rid of buff. So
it's really sad.
That could be. Whoa, what was that?
That was a little spooky.
Yeah, the Demento boss fight's kind of.
What? That was weird.
At least
Alright,
it's in the corner. Like, that's. One problem with the Demento boss fight is that like sometimes like he stops in a spot that like he doesn't really like I don't think I can really explained it that well.
Yeah, he just kind of, if he had only two arms instead of three, he would just be T-posing midair. But yeah, essentially what I'm trying to do is manipulate it so that at the end of the second of the two spin attacks, I put him towards the middle of the back wall so he takes less time to get to this vulnerable spot in the middle of the room. But other than that, we've got 4 more cycles of this mess to go, so this is a really good time, Zoe, if you've got any more things you'd like to plug.
Yeah, absolutely. As
Oh,
camera
camera.
interesting because computer's behaving now, but I saw the thing. Yeah, Nothing on the donation side of things, but I do just want to remind everyone that this is PUWP Pride 2020 benefiting the Trevor Project, and if you'd like, you can donate by using !donate in chat and check out the schedule using !schedule. A lot more great content coming up, a lot more great incentives coming up, so get those donations in and make sure you just stay tuned. It's going to be a fantastic year.
What is this movement?
I don't know. I always wondered if like you could do that to make faster movement happen, but maybe that's a task thing.
Just running backwards the entire time.
Yeah, we're gonna bunny hop now.
Yeah, the Demento boss fight, like, sometimes it can like stall its animation so that like it tries to find a spot that it can actually like attack you from, and that like so it could basically like be like frozen for like 40 seconds sometimes. Yeah. I had a really unfortunate run that was lost to that animation. Actually, weren't you watching it, Jax? I think.
I didn't know I was there.
Yeah, that was.
I felt so bad. Because there's just nothing you can do. I think it has something to do with like getting stuck on some of the props at the very start of the fight, but even then sometimes the boss can just do strange and unusual things. But yeah, I think the last great thing that could like break this game wide open is some way to speed this part up. Like if there's another dev trigger that would skip this fight, or some way to carry the buff power up into this encounter without hitting that trigger somehow. But we've tried a lot of things, so if you want to help us glitch hunt, then that is a good place to start. It was like a 454 low. That was really good for segment time.
This is looking to be on pace for like, if I was to guess, probably like a 45. Actually, probably more than 40. Maybe like,
yeah.
I think it's gonna make 45. Although actually, I don't have. Like you have splits open.
I'm looking at best possible time right now. It says 45:55.
Okay, that's definitely a more accurate, like data than what I'm saying.
Yeah. So welcome to the final boss. This is Roboplankton. So Roboplankton's boss fight is broken up essentially into two phases. There's these rooftop segments, and then there's segments where you go into the actual boss itself and damage it from the inside. Now, unfortunately, you can't really speed up these rooftop run segments, where you're just kind of where there's nothing you can do to speed this part up. But there are a couple of waves of enemies here that we're going to be looking for to be in the right spot.
Yeah, if you go like in the right spot here, you can get a double on a hammer bot and a spinny enemy. Ooh. Just a little bit off, but
yeah,
gets on that one.
The camera's working against you there.
Yeah, once we get buff, it's really important for us to like actually like hold on to it for like these like auto scroller sections, because like, you know, there's all these like waves of enemies, so without having buff, we lose out on a lot of time there. But once we get into the Roboplankton like boss, once we actually like go inside Roboplankton, then it's gonna be pretty difficult to keep up with.
Yeah.
Wishing you luck on that, Jax.
Fine.
Yeah, there's a good route that you can do to like get the enemies like right there. You just get that guy immediately. Okay. Whoa, that spin boost.
I almost just got nailed, but the hammer robots are the guys you really have to worry about here.
Yeah. And you can actually get like those spinny enemies to help you out with attacking the core.
Yeah, they can attack the core for some reason. It's really dumb. Helpful for speedruns.
Can the hammer bots do that?
Yes, I believe so.
Dang.
It's really bizarre. I'm wondering if with the way they programmed it, they don't differentiate between because like they have like all three types of attacks: spin, cannon, and hammer, reflected in some robot enemy in this game. So it would not shock me if they just reused code, which I think is really smart from a developer standpoint. Okay. 1000. You want to wait there because that steam, while it doesn't look like it, it's actually rendered there for a bit if you go too fast. The hitbox is there, but the steam cloud is not, so you gotta be a little careful there.
Yeah, we usually just like use the hammer just to like hang out here.
Yeah, I can go ahead and reflect these with spin if I want to. No big deal.
Many possibilities in the Roboplankton boss fight. Yeah, right into the gumball. You know what's funny? Like that you can actually go too early on that like X target hit. Like,
oh yeah.
If you go too early, it just like puts you back. So you have to like press Y exactly when it comes out. Looking good. Phase 2 always has a ton of enemies piled up. Like that hammer bot to the left side, like that always messes me up in runs.
Yeah. So we got one more phase to go here. Losing buff there, as long as we got the kill on that phase, isn't a big deal because they actually give you a buff power-up in this next wave right here. But as it turns out, there's another trigger like the one Jack mentioned at the end of Karate Island where it will take away your buff power-up. So I want to obviously keep it for right here. Because, I mean, you've seen at this point just how powerful the spin attack is. But I want to try to, like, I can use it if I need to damage boost and avoid out hits. So there's a water geyser that's currently spewing right now that you can't see because video game. There it goes off to the left. I have fallen to my death there many a time because you just can't see that water spout. But yeah, in this last phase, he's going to shoot 4 waves of cannon balls instead of 2. So very, very, very tense. But yeah, unfortunately, this kind of a boss comes in at the very end of the run, which is unfortunate. I'm going to take a hit on purpose so we can use the costume for longer. We will lose it anyway upon entry into the next part of the stage. So we've got 3 more generators, and then time will end when you see a big huff of smoke appear after getting the final hit on this robotic heart. So it's gonna come up in about 30 seconds or so, so get ready on time. Always a 10 spit right at the end of the run, especially on PB pace. All right, and time.
Let's go.
That was sub 46. Let's go.
Great job, Jax.
That's considering the controller disconnects at the start of the run. I will take it any day of the week.
Yeah, that was really solid.
That was great. So yeah, that was SpongeBob's Truth or Square, any percent, no LSG. I've been Jaxler. Thank you, Power with Pride, for giving me 2 runs in this awesome event. They originally even had me slated to be the marathon opener with Chibi Robo, but unfortunately I couldn't do that. But just the fact that they even wanted me to is just a huge honor. So I'm really thankful to the staff here, not only for being just awesome, but also for being super welcoming to me and the speed games that I try to show off. So yeah, and on top of that, big shout out to Jack for hopping on at a short notice. I keep doing this too, I swear.
It's all good. I really enjoy commentating this run. It's always a blast.
Yeah. Lastly, I want to throw out a couple of community shout outs. First off, shout out Tedious. I mentioned this before, but he ran a NA% with a race with me at Summer Pride 2019. 18. And on top of that, he's just a really good friend of mine and been a really great part of the SpongeBob scene as a whole. So huge shout outs to Tedious. On top of that, shout outs to Sam, shout outs to Dave for all the stuff he's been finding. And then, am I missing anyone that's gonna yell at me again?
I think it's worth mentioning, like, you know, Cole and Sam. Yeah. Yeah, like Cole and Sandman Fan really like set the groundwork for like Truth or Square as the speed game, and like we wouldn't be where we are today without their contributions.
Yeah, no one would have picked up this game if we knew that it was so broken, and that's what makes it so fun. Is that it's to me it's the ultimate beginner speed game, right? Because a lot of the beginner strats do really cool looking things, and they're not that bad, and they make you feel like you're going fast. And it's really easy to get your hands on a copy of this game because if you just want to play on Wii, it's like $5 at your local flea market, you know, or flea market probably less than that. But like, it's super easy to get into this game. I actually have a full tutorial for the base any percent route on YouTube if you're interested. The game has come a long way since I first ran this at the event, and I'm really thankful that you folks let me show this off again. One more thing before I go is that if you are interested in running this game, like I said, there's a tutorial, but there's also a community Discord on SRCom. If you need the link, just let me know. Hit me up on like I don't care, Twitch Whisper, Twitter, whatever. You'll be able to find me or one of us, and we are more than happy to help you learn the run if the tutorial isn't cutting it for you. So.
Speedrun.com/SBTOS is the link. SpongeBob Truth or Square. No.
Yeah.
If anyone wanted to like see the leaderboards.
Yeah. So. All right. Thank you, everyone, once again, and thank you for all of the donations that came in over the course of my runs. It really means a lot to me. And coming up next, we have, I believe, Sable Dragon Rook with Spyro. So keep on watching, keep on looking forward to that, and keep on supporting the event. This is a really great cause put together by a lot of amazing people. So always happy to be a part of this. Thanks once again, everybody.
So much.
Thanks for having us on.